Scarcely a sound betrays the approach of the dusky-hued man standing before you. Indeed, not a single broken twig or trampled leaf marks his passage. Though he stands in a relaxed position, his copper eyes are in a permanent half-squint, keenly looking for signs of danger, senses sharpened by countless seasons spent hunting in his favorite terrain. His thumbs are tucked into his wide leather belt, of a piece with the leather armor worn surreptitiously under his earth-toned cloak, hands placed for a fast draw of his well-worn but carefully maintained fighting daggers. The longbow on his back has seen some use, certainly, but a practiced eye reveals that this ranger prefers to get into the thick of things when trouble starts. This scene, Sinclair Fleetfoot the Human Hunter, is brought to you by Describe. Describe, ready roleplay. Visit describe.com/RPGBot and use coupon code RPGBot at checkout to save 5% off your first subscription payment.
Welcome to the RPGBOT.Podcast. I'm Randall James, and with me is Tyler Kamstra.
Hi, everybody.
And Idris Elba.
Hello, everybody. Today, we are cancelling Vecna.
I thought you were going to say the podcast. I'm like, no.
No.
Also, Ashley Eli's with us, too.
Oh, hey. Nice to meet you, Idris. We've taken this bit as far as it can go.
All right. Idris Elba, what are we doing tonight?
Well, there's a Knuckles joke in here somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Tonight we are going to discuss rangers and how they are the apex of the hunters D&D.
Awesome. All right. I know you had to go. It was great to have you here. We'll talk to you later.
Don't ever invite me on the podcast again.
Hey, don't worry, buddy.
Josh, is this how we get celebrities on the podcast? We'll just do bad impressions of them until they show up to correct us?
Yeah, exactly. If you think that was a butchering of Idris Elba, then Idris, you are welcome to come on the podcast whenever you'd like.
Come do better.
Yeah.
It's either going to be them or their lawyers. Let's face it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
All right. Yeah. We've been doing these episodes. We've been doing the class guides for 5e. It's time to talk Rangers. We're excited about it. Tyler, let's go and let's get straight into it.
Wait.
All right.
The question we gotta ask first is: are we doing PHB Ranger or Tasha's Ranger? Because half of this class is rewritten in Tasha.
That's kind of true. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
You're doing PHB, right?
Yeah. I'm very firmly of the opinion that the reason people think Rangers are so bad is purely because of the Player's Handbook Beastmaster, which is an objectively horrible build. Objectively just unpleasant, bad, weak, all the things. Everything bad about the Ranger made worse. With the changes in Tasha's, with the new subclasses, obviously it's way better, but even just the Player's Handbook Hunter Ranger is pretty solid. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to throw myself on a metaphorical sword, and I'm going to build a Player's Handbook only Beastmaster Ranger, and we're going to put that alongside whatever you guys build. And I'm going to do my absolute best to make this thing work. And I'm probably going to disappoint everybody, but I'm sure going to try.
Yeah, and as a counterpoint to that, to show how far Rangers have improved and become better, I'm going to do Tasha's version of the class as a Drake Warden, not a Beastmaster. So similar concept, far better execution. And then Randall, I believe you're going somewhere in the middle with classic Gloomstalker.
I'm going Glooms.
Yeah.
Death to my enemies. It's great.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's get right into the Ranger. We'll look at the basics first, as always. So Rangers can technically be built around strength or dexterity, or if you take the Druidic Warrior, they can be built around wisdom primarily, kind of like a Druid. 99% of Rangers you'll see are going to be built around dexterity because the class functions so much better when it's dexterity based than when it's strength based. Since you're locked into medium armor, unless you spend a feat, there's really no reason to build around strength. It's okay, I need 16 strength, 14 dex, 14 con, 14 wisdom, and already that's impossible, so none of this works. So just just build around dex. You're already a really mad class. There's no reason to bring strength into the equation. It's a martial class.
So,
you get D10 hit dice.
What proficiencies do we get?
Yeah, medium armor, shields, martial weapons. So, like, decently sturdy, not quite as good as a fighter, but, like, you get all the weapons you need. And since you're building around dexterity anyway, you'll probably be in medium armor very briefly and then upgrade to studded leather once you've got enough dexterity that makes sense. So, again, your AC is not going to match a fighter, but D10 hit dice, you're still reasonably durable. You'll be okay. Let's see, we get proficiency in strength and dexterity saves, just like the monk, weirdly. So, decently resilient to damage, but rangers also depend super heavily on concentration spells, so that is going to be a problem.
It feels like it would have made more sense, just from a lore and flavor perspective, for them to have saves in dexterity and constitution, because obviously dexterity for obvious reasons, but constitution... you're traveling out in the wilds, you're eating poisonous stuff. You got to have a hardy constitution. Just my opinion.
Yeah. Now,
it makes a lot of sense.
No class has proficiency in 2 of the big saves. So Dex, Con, Wisdom are the bigger saves. No class has proficiency in 2 of them. Now, like, Strength and Con, I would absolutely buy that. It would have given them an edge that they need.
It would have given them a little bit of an edge that they desperately need.
Yeah.
Especially in PHP.
Yeah. If you want to build a really durable frontline ranger, start with a level of fighter. So you get constitution saves, heavy armor, and then like all of a sudden a whole bunch of things become easier in melee. But single class, we're sticking to the ranger, we're doing the thing. It's going to be fine.
Woo.
It might be fine.
So that means Randall can't make his machine gun hitman build.
Let's see.
Let's see. Intelligence and charisma are the only ability scores we haven't mentioned. You're going to dump those. Like, they're going to be 8. I've never seen a ranger with more than 10 in any of them. I take that back. I have, not in 5th edition. Like, previous editions, you might want skills, but no, not 5th edition. Speaking of skills,
like you saw one once. They were a corpse laying on the bottom of the forest floor.
Exactly. They were so charming and dead. Let's see. So rangers get the same, like the standard 2 skills from their class, 2 from your background. Now, rangers fall somewhere between a fighter equivalent and a rogue equivalent. They're not durable enough to be a fighter equivalent. They don't have enough skills to be a rogue equivalent. So they're in this really frustrating middle ground right alongside the monk, where it's like, which of these 2 roles do I fill? And since more of the ranger's features focus on increasing their damage output, they're going to fall into that rogue niche. Like, in a 4-person party, they are the rogue replacement. But with only 2 skills, you're not going to keep up with a rogue, especially without expertise. So, like, already you have a problem. Like, and looking at the ranger's list of skills, like, a lot of the things that the ranger does iconically well, animal handling and survival, are both completely useless, even for a beastmaster. They don't have the ability scores for most of their other skills. So you're locked into perception and stealth.
Yeah. It's funny that all the things that rangers are specifically constructed to be good at, especially in PHP, is the stuff that everybody hates and doesn't want to deal with, which is overland travel. So most people tell you with overland travel, just montage it or skip it. Or at the very worst, maybe do some random encounters. But most people just skip travel in 5th edition, which makes an already useless class even more useless because half of their features are dedicated to helping with that.
I got to tell you, actually, I feel like this is the niche, right? Like, I want to skip the montages. I want to do the overland travel. I want to spend the entire time in a single biome, and I want to fight one type of monster for the rest of my life. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's why I think in some games rangers can be really, really good. Like my Middenheim game that I mentioned before, one of my players was a ranger, and it was a game in which they thrived because it was all one biome. Everything was frozen hellhole. Most of the enemies they fought were going to be aberrations, and it was all about surviving in the wilderness. The ranger was having a great time. Everybody else was kind of not, especially the wizard, who wouldn't get their spells back until they went to town to rest. So they were relying a bit heavily on that ranger. So it really just kind of depends on what game you're running. Like if you're doing more of a gritty realism survival based game, ranger's really going to shine in that. Whereas opposed to just a normal game, ranger's going to feel like the load rather than the ace.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to squint at these skills and figure out a way to maybe let the ranger roll with something they're actually good at. We talk about that from time to time. Yes, every skill is paired with an attribute, but it doesn't always have to be that attribute if you have some logic around it. That is maybe one way out of that to allow your ranger to have a little bit more fun at your table and not just be, ooh, look, I'm going with perception and stealth.
I agree that animal handling is pretty much always useless, but I would argue that there are use cases for everything else. Investigation is good for finding stuff, although obviously, as Tyler said, intelligence is a dump stat. If you feel like you have enough to do perception, then you probably have enough to do insight, which is also pretty useful, especially in games like the recently released Eve of Ruin, where I had to remind my players, I'm like, hey, they weren't rolling insight checks. I was just like, hey, maybe roll some insight checks. You're going to want to use that skill kind of a lot in this game because there's going to be a lot of people who are lying to you. So maybe use that. And then nature, like if you want to run more interesting combat encounters with like new creatures that players don't immediately recognize, or they have specific weaknesses, nature can be useful for identifying that stuff. And survival can be good for tracking down people that are like you're chasing or investigating a scene of crime. So really, yes, they are more niche, but there's an argument to be made that some of those skills can be useful.
Yeah. All right. We've done episodes on overland travel and random encounters, and those will bring in like nature survival more frequently. And yeah, there's definitely niche cases where those other skills are useful. Just most of them don't line up well with the ranger's ability scores. So like either the skills are useful, the ability scores don't work. So it really narrows that list down to insight, perception, and stealth. Pick 2 of the 3. And it's just, that's so frustrating and limiting.
Yeah, if you don't know what type of vibe your DM is going for straight off the bat, then the 3 that you're probably going to pick are perception, insight, and stealth, because they're pretty much always useful.
So, I guess, speaking of getting a vibe from the DM, should we talk about favorite enemy?
Sure.
Well,
yeah,
that depends. So Tyler's game favorite enemy. I'm not. What are you going with, Randall? Are you going with Tasha's or are you going with PHP?
Okay, yeah, I'll let's go Tasha's.
Yeah.
Okay. Good choice.
Okay.
Good choice.
So let's talk about favorite enemy and its storied history with the Ranger throughout many editions of D&D. So this has been around for, to the best of my knowledge, favorite enemy has been a Ranger feature for as long as there have been Rangers. It has always been like, you pick something you're really good at fighting, and you get bonuses to attack that thing. In 5th edition, instead of getting bonuses to attack and damage, you just get advantage to track them. Great. We've all been playing for a while. In all of your history with this game, between the 3 of us, how many times have you guys tracked an enemy?
No.
I have several times, actually. But that's just because my table is weird. And there have been several times like where a person that we were trying to, stop, like a villain or something, came about, and we were just like, okay, can we find out where this guy ran to? And we use survival. Granted, it doesn't come up a lot, like not nearly as much as like say something like investigation, but it's come up in my games a few times. So that's again, really, survival is a skill that can either be very, very useful or entirely worthless depending on the DM and the group that you're with.
I've been playing for over 20 years. Every time I say that, one of my hairs turns white. Long time. I think I've maybe tracked once in all that time. So just like, it's not a feature that's especially useful for the vast majority of people, especially if you're running published games where like there just isn't anything in the game there for you to track. Like maybe a little bit in Icewind Dale, but even then you're tracking through blizzards and it's borderline impossible.
Yeah, I think the problem is that survival overlaps a lot with perception and investigation. And so people default to one of those rather than then they just kind of forget that survival is a thing. I don't, because I tend to run a lot of games that are like, especially when I was running Middenheim, survival was like one of the most crucial skills in the entire game. If you didn't use survival, you were going to starve to death, you were going to get lost, and there were things chasing you, so you wouldn't know what was coming after you. So survival was incredibly useful in that campaign setting. But yeah, otherwise, outside of that specific setting, it can be superseded by investigation or perception 90% of the time. So
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gather round. This is Ash Eli, your premier dungeon master, inviting you to embark on thrilling adventures in the world of tabletop role-playing games. Step into the realms of Dungeons & Dragons, Pathfinder 2, Vampire the Masquerade, Call of Cthulhu, and more. I bring these fantastic games to life with captivating storytelling, colorful characters, and heart-pounding action. Whether you're a seasoned adventurer or new to the quest, my sessions are designed to delight and entertain everyone. Eager to join the fun? Well, you better head on over to startplaying.games/GM/Graven Ashes. That's startplaying.games/GM/Graven Ashes. Come on, come all, and join the adventure today!
Okay, so, well, all right. It isn't going to be particularly useful because we're not going to use it very often.
Yeah.
Is it good when we do need to use it?
I mean, advantage on checks to track is fine, but you know what else you can get advantage from? Someone can help you.
that's true.
I don't ask for help. I'm a ranger.
Yeah.
Like
I think
I'm a
they
beastmaster.
assumed
I
that
have a
the
dog.
ranger.
Yeah.
I think they assumed that the ranger was going to be the one going ahead of the party by themselves to scout and stuff, which fair. But we've had it drilled into our heads from day one when we first started playing D&D, never split the party. And so people aren't going to want to do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
If tracking someone potentially hostile is a great way to get ambushed by yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. No, makes a lot of sense. All right, so we're going to take favored foe instead. Let's talk about it.
So favored foe is the feature that was brought in by Tasha's, which is so much better than favorite enemy. I'm sorry, Tyler.
Yeah.
When you hit a creature with an attack roll, you can call on your mystical bond with nature to mark the target as your favorite enemy for 1 minute or until you lose concentration. The first time on each of your turns to hit the favorite enemy and deal damage to it, including when you mark it, you can increase the damage by 1d4. And you can use this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus. And the damage dice increases to 1d6 at 6th level and 1d8 at 14th level. Does Hunter's Mark require concentration?
It does.
So interesting. You can't combine this with Hunter's Mark. That feels...
Yeah, that's intentional.
Yeah, I guess it's just like it's basically free Hunter's Mark.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is...
Doesn't take a bonus action
it
to
does
apply.
mean that, yeah, it's better than Hunter's Mark, and it frees up your spell slots to do other interesting things. It's been so long since I played a ranger, so that just surprised me. So, because they suck. I'm sorry. Rangers are not good. They're better in Tasha's. Don't get me wrong. They are a lot better in Tasha's, but the last time I played one was before Tasha's, so it left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, favorite foe
that's
is
a massive improvement.
Yeah, it really is. Not taking an action to apply it is a huge improvement, especially if you're building for 2-weapon fighting or crossbow expert. Like, if you're doing 2-weapon fighting or crossbow expert, you're very frequently giving up your bonus action attacks so that you can apply Hunter's Mark. But with Favored Foe, you don't have to do that. The drawback of Favored Foe is it's only proficiency bonus times per day, and you can't move it. So it's like you pick, like, I'm going to kill that thing in this encounter, and after that, like, I'm sleepy. I'm going to save the rest of these for later. Or you might just cast Hunter's Mark anyway. All right, so that's Favored Enemy and Favored Foe. Let's look at the Ranger's other level 1 feature, which also sucks. Not Favored Terrain, Natural Explorer.
It's basic. People call it favored terrain all the time.
Yeah,
That's what it should have been called.
It's been Favored Terrain in previous editions.
It's the feature. This feature sucks in PHP, but it's slightly better in Tasha. So why don't you go over the sucky version, and I'll go over the better version.
All right. So in this feature, you pick basically a biome, and it's like all your usual biomes: grassland, mountain, forest, all those things, plus Underdark because D&D, and you get a bunch of stuff, actually. When you make an intelligence or wisdom check related to the terrain, your proficiency bonus is doubled. But, like, when does that happen? I don't know.
Cool.
Trivia about your favorite biome. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Group can't become lost except by magical means. So you know how Rangers are really, really good at survival, really good, quote unquote, at survival and not getting lost. Like, look, now you don't even get to play that part of the game.
Yeah, it sucks because like with the Rangers are geared towards, survival focused games, and it just completely negates the actual appeal of survival. So it's just like, oh, so we're back to square one. That's great.
Yep.
But I do love the idea that they're just good at trivia of their biome. So like if you ever get into like a Mind Flayer game show, it's like, what are myconids? Yes, that's correct.
I love it here. Can we never leave?
Yeah, I'm actually useful. Yes.
All this knowledge in my brain, and I've never gotten to do anything with it the entire campaign. Staring daggers at the DM the entire campaign.
Yeah, it just turns out Rangers are massive nerds.
It is a little bit funny. Like, prior to Tasha's, if you were a DM, because we talk about this from time to time, throw something out there for your players. Do something to allow them to have fun with the things that they have invested in. Can you imagine the scenario? It's like, oh, we've walked into a swamp for some reason. And what was your favorite enemy again? Your favorite alligator. Okay, great. There's alligator tracks. Huh?
You feel good?
You want to follow them? No? Yeah. It feels so obviously shoehorned in if you're doing anything to allow your ranger to have fun. Vice versa. Yeah. Wasted. Tasha's improved it. I guess, should we talk about Deft Explorer then as a replacement for...
We're not done with Natural Explorer. I believe
I've got
Tyler
4
still
more bullets.
has more to describe.
They all suck too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I feel like we're done, but go ahead.
All right. So the rest of Natural Explorer, because I've got 4 more bullets and they're all, well, mostly disappointing. Okay. Third bullet. When you're engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, etc., you remain alert to danger. Although it says foraging, navigating, or tracking, which means you're the ranger. You're going to be foraging, navigating, and or tracking. You're going to be doing all of those things. And that implies while you're doing those things, you're not alert to danger, which is also something that you're responsible for as a ranger with decent wisdom and perception proficiency. So it's like, all of this sucks, and it all makes me sad.
Also, what does that mean anyway?
I don't know.
Being alert to danger even mean?
Disadvantage on perception? I don't know.
Well, I guess if you were alert to danger, maybe I would let you roll an active perception check in a place where otherwise I would just use your passive perception.
Sure.
Maybe.
I guess.
I made that up.
Yeah.
It's like that.
This is bad. Moving on.
So basically, it's the feature that allows you to avoid the Danny trap of, well, actually, Danny just forgot that they were there. From Game of Thrones.
Oh, but yeah. Somehow forgot about the whole Navy. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes she just forgot that they were there.
Don't make me think of that.
All right, bullet 4. If you're traveling alone, you can move stealthily at a normal pace. And since you can do other activities, you can stealthily travel and forage and still go full speed. It's like, but no horse.
Guys, I'm going to do the whole adventure without you. I'll see you in 2 days. Okay.
When you forage, you find twice as much food as you normally would. Kind of neat. And then bullet 6.
Because you track rations in your game, do you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, keep going. It's fine.
And then bullet 6, while tracking other creatures, you learn their exact number, their sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area. Why can't I just do that with a survival check? Like, why is that gated behind a feature? Just everything about this.
What if they're walking single file?
To hide their numbers? Yeah. Disadvantage. I don't know.
Okay.
Everything about this makes me sad. It implies that there's certain functions gated behind this feature, and none of that is ever said anywhere else in the rules. Like, if you didn't know this feature existed, survival works better. And then you read this and you're like, oh, I guess only rangers get to do that. So yeah, survival sucks even more.
Yeah, if people played the game a certain way, this would be awesome. And I bet, because there was no history, right? Like, just one day somebody, boop, and like 5e was created, and there was nothing before it. So they couldn't anticipate that this wasn't how people were going to play the game.
Yeah, I think they put more emphasis on travel in the PHP, and then quickly realized, oh, nobody likes doing travel in 5th edition. because it's bad.
Like the most dangerous thing you're going to find while traveling is a bear, and like, great, sleep.
Yeah. Let's talk about how Tasha's improved everything.
Please.
Again, because we stand Tasha in this podcast. She's the best.
Correct.
So, Deft Explorer, you are unsurpassed Explorer and Survivor. So basically, we get I don't know why they did it this way, but basically, Deft Explorer is like you gain another feature, and it's just like that's the whole feature. Yeah. It's just
what if we pretend that whole thing with Natural Explorer didn't happen, and here's some feats at level 1, 6, and 10. How about that?
Yeah,
we'll do it that way. Huh?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So first level, we get Canny. Choose one of your skill proficiencies. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check you make that uses the chosen skill. You can also speak, read, and write 2 additional languages of your choice.
We do also get additional benefits and features at 6th level and 10th level, which is maybe why they put it under the category of Deft Explorer. But even so, it just seems kind of ridiculous to me. But yeah.
So this is great. Like, Tyler, you were highlighting before, you're probably playing the rogue-like category, but you can't compete with all the skills the rogue has.
Yeah.
But what do you know it? Pick something that you'd like to be good at. Double proficiency bonus. That's awesome. A couple extra languages could be useful, not hugely impactful, but right. We are here for that double proficiency bonus.
Yeah. So we basically get expertise, and that's always nice.
Yeah.
In the one of the 3 skills that are actually useful for us.
Yeah. Or I don't know. Maybe you use the expertise to make one of those poor skill choices viable, like expertise in nature to compensate for having 8 intelligence.
There you go. Random side note: I've noticed that in Eve of Ruin now, they don't refer to thieves' tools anymore when you're picking a lock, because they finally realized nobody used thieves' tools. Everybody just uses sleight of hand.
Wait, did they really? I overlooked that.
Yeah, I double checked because one of my players in Eve of Ruin doesn't have proficiency in thieves' tools, and I checked the book and was like, no, they don't even mention thieves' tools. They just say sleight of hand. Just like, oh, okay.
Interesting. Man, I'm gonna go look at the 2024 rules after this because I've got questions.
I've always ruled it that way too. I've always forgotten that thieves' tools were a thing, and then when I get on this podcast, I find out, oh, that's wrong, Ash. It's not how you're supposed to be ruling it. I'm like, then what's sleight of hand for? Pickpocketing and only that. I'm like, that's dumb. I don't think that's right.
Also, sweet animal puppets. Also, sleight of hand.
Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
All the times that comes up. All right. Congratulations, folks. We all have first level rangers. And some of us like our rangers better than others already.
That was just first level.
I'm so sad.
Jesus. That was just first level.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to get worse before it gets
You chose this. I just want to remind you. You chose this. You have
I am
no
suffering
one to blame but
for
yourself.
art,
Also,
sir.
Since we're going to be very mean to you, I want to hold this to you so you don't get any of the extra fighting style options that Tasha's gave us.
Yeah.
So have fun with that, buddy.
Yeah.
Speaking of fighting style, let's talk fighting style.
Yeah.
All right. I know what I'm doing. I'm taking archery. Nobody could talk me out of it.
Can't blame you.
You're not going to try? Okay, good.
All right. Player's handbook. There's archery, defense, dueling, 2-weapon fighting. We notably don't get protection or great weapon fighting. So rangers don't protect their friends, including their pet. And also they don't like to use 2-handed weapons because how dare you?
Because that'd be rad. Yeah.
Ash, do you have the list in Tasha's handy? Like, which ones does Tasha's add?
I got it handy.
I got it. So we have in the PHB, we got archery, defense, dueling, and 2-weapon fighting. Tasha's added blind fighting, druidic warrior, and thrown weapon fighting. So blind fighting is very cool. It allows you, it gives you blind sight out to a range of 10 feet. One of my players in Planescape, Closet, has used this to quite effective use in my game. It's pretty good. If you have a warlock, you can have them cast darkness on you, and you can still do stuff. Invisible creatures aren't invisible to you anymore. It's highly underrated, especially if you're going to be in melee a lot. Then there's Druidic Warrior, which I don't know why you would pick this, but it's there if you want to. It gives you 2 cantrips from the Druid spell list. I guess if you want to lean into more of the spell casting as a ranger, but
yeah.
I wish thrown weapon fighting was cooler because I like the concept.
Same.
It basically allows you to add +2 to the damage roll of a thrown weapon, and you can draw
heavy darts.
Let me see. You can draw a weapon that has a thrown property as part of an attack you make with the weapon, which I think people are doing anyway. So it's just
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
It's the only way this is fun.
This isn't Pathfinder 2 where drawing a weapon actually takes an action and is part of it. And some people even ignore that rule in Pathfinder 2. So,
Or the problem is, like, I think everyone would agree you can have the one free item interaction, but we are going to get extra attack.
Yeah.
Potentially, right. At least we're getting extra attack. So now what am I going to do if I'm focused on thrown weapons?
Yeah, I wish it was
next time
better.
to throw another dart.
Maybe in the 2024 rules, they'll make thrown weapons more viable because it's a cool
God, I hope so.
concept that's not really utilized to the best of its ability. Because right now, there's not a lot of thrown weapons anyway. So
Okay. Now, that is not the only exciting thing that we get level 2. The other thing we get to do, we're casters.
Yeah.
Oh, is anyone taking anything besides archery for their fighting style?
Oh,
That's fair. Yeah. I got so excited.
no. Well,
No.
actually, I'm gonna take dueling. I'm gonna be in melee.
Interesting.
No, I'm not gonna
Interesting
take
Are
dueling.
you
I'm
just
gonna
trying
take
to kill your character as quickly as possible?
I'm gonna take defense. I need the AC. That's a better choice.
Okay. Good choice.
Nice.
So spellcasting. It is
Spellcasting,
mighty
yeah.
underwhelming, but it's okay. It's okay.
Rangers get a few really cool exclusives. Hunter's Mark is everybody's default because it's just the extra damage for an hour. And since Rangers don't get a ton of spell slots, like Hunter's Mark is super efficient because you get to move it between targets. It does have that same issue with Hex where like a creature dies, you have to spend a bonus action to move it to another creature you can see. Like if there isn't another creature handy, it's like, I'll move it to this rat, knife the rat later. Like,
But Hunter's Mark arguably made irrelevant with cautious changes, so meh. But Zephyr Strike,
Actually, let's talk about that for a second. So it feels like two different issues, right? Like if I am walking into combat and there are many enemies present, like it's a bunch of goblins I'm fighting.
Mhm.
Hunter's Mark is probably where I want to invest. I'll burn the spell slot. I'll move it around as we start knocking these guys down because I expect them to be very weak. Vice versa, if I walk into like there's one big bad, that's the place where 100% I'm just going to go to favorite foe.
yeah, it's
that's
exactly
fair.
it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
If you don't want to use Hunter's Mark, though, another one that's often overlooked is Zephyr Strike. Very good spell. It makes it so that you don't provoke opportunity attacks, gives you an extra D8 on weapon attacks, and if you miss on an attack roll, on one attack, yeah. But even if you miss or hit, your speed increases by 30 feet. Arguably more useful on a melee ranger than a ranged one, but still very cool. Yeah.
So it's worth calling out. We said that we're a caster. We are a half caster.
Yes.
So the highest level spell slot that we're ever going to get is a 5th level spell slot. And that will come pretty late in the game. We're talking tier 4.
Yeah.
Something I didn't appreciate till I started looking at the ranger table. We don't get cantrips at all?
No.
Same as Paladin.
Same as Paladin. Like Paladin is a fusion of a cleric and a fighter, and Ranger is a fusion of a druid and a fighter. So yeah, half-casters like us don't get cantrips. The only exception, I think, is Artificer. So,
And the Artificer is a fusion of a wizard and a big suit of armor.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zephyr Strike is cool for melee rangers. The ability to move in and out of melee without opportunity attacks is really helpful. You can end the spell by making one really cool attack as a bonus action, but it ends the spell. So it's like you're going to do that when like you're out of danger or when you think the encounter is about to wrap up and you're like, okay, I'm going to get the last bit of mileage out of this spell and end it. But if the encounter ends before you use, it's like, great, I've spent a 1st level spell slot to disengage. Good for me.
Well, yeah, you want to use this for like fights where there's a lot of enemies, not necessarily one big enemy or a protracted fight. But it can be really good if you multi-class into like a rogue, because now you can also use your bonus action to just dash or hide and set yourself up for advantage rather than you just come in, you stab, move out, and you hide or dash or whatever you want to do. And you have more movement with which to dash. So that's always cool.
That's true. All right. Another big one people really like, Hail of Thorns. It sucks. Stop using it.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
It's 1d6 splash damage within 5 feet of your target, assuming that you hit. And they still get a dexterity save. So it's like, it is the tiniest amount of damage. Unless you're hitting like 4 enemies, it is not worth the spell slot. Just cast Hunter's Mark. Like,
Okay, you know who tends to be standing next to my enemies?
Your friends.
My friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
How's that work out for them?
They get hit.
Is that bad for them?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Just
Everybody
keep going. Hunter's Mark, cool. Okay.
Everybody wants to use Hail of Thorns because Laura used it a lot in Critical Role when she shouldn't have been. But yeah, Ensnaring Strike is a good one if you have the wisdom to back it up.
Yeah, Ensnaring Strike is frustrating because like you probably don't have the wisdom to back up the save DC, but if it sticks, it's really good. Like they're restrained and they take ongoing damage, and like restrained is attacks against them have advantage, their attacks have disadvantage. So like just from a crowd control perspective, that is stunningly effective. Like me and my beast that I don't have yet, if I throw Ensnaring Strike on something, my beast then gets to attack it with advantage, and like that's a great combo for me, plus that ongoing damage. But again, save DC is gonna suck, and if I remember right, is it a strength save or a dex save? I'm forgetting at the moment. Excuse me while I check.
It is a strength check against your spell save DC.
Ah, okay. Oh wait, what's the initial save though?
Oh, succeed on a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Or be restrained by magical vines until the spell ends.
So like anything that's not going to have
and a larger creature has advantage on that.
Anything that doesn't have a high strength score host, like a strength check even against your lower DC is probably going to fail. Oh, if you hit flying creatures with it, restrained flying creatures, their speed is reduced to 0, so unless they can hover, they fall. So like you have both an ability to ground flying enemies, like this does so many things. The only problem is that save DC, which is a great excuse to go for Blessed Warrior, build around Wisdom, and then use either Shillelagh or Magic Stone, and then you're making weapon attacks and you can still apply Ensnaring Strike. So like there is some appeal to Blessed Warrior. Yes, thank you.
That is true. Yeah, like if you just go full Wisdom, you could basically make a spellcasting ranger, which could be actually pretty fun. It's a different way to play ranger for sure. But then at that point, you should ask yourself, why am I not just playing druid?
Yeah,
because you want something. I don't know.
Yeah, you wanted a pet, some dual swords, anyway. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's level 2. We're now to level 3. Ash, let's do what we normally do. Let's go through all of the subclasses and say what we think about them.
So yeah, Rangers, I'm going to get a subclass level 3 called is it Conclave? No, it's called Ranger
Archetype. So generic.
Yeah, I think it used to be called Conclave, but they changed it. Anyway, so Beastmaster. I think PHB, awful. I think they improved it somewhat in the Tasha revamp. It's actually usable now.
In the revamp.
It is good in the revamp,
Good. Yeah. Don't play it if you're going with PHB. It's terrible. It's trash. You're better off going to anything else. Literally anything else. Even a different class. Drake Warden. So much fun. It's what Beastmaster realistically should have been from the beginning. Fey Wanderer. I've never actually seen this one used, so I don't know.
It is really, really good. It's got some unique stuff to it. Like you can add your wisdom to charisma checks on top of your charisma modifier. So like I've been working through the single class party articles right now. And for the ranger group, this is the face. Cause wisdom on top of charisma, you beat everyone except people who have expertise. There's some other cool stuff in here. Like if you want to be a charming ranger, this is basically the only way to do it.
Gloomstalker, probably the best ranger, if I'm not lying. Like
certainly
very
most
good.
Deadly.
It's real good.
Yeah, like you can put out some absurd numbers as a Gloomstalker, especially if the classic assassin fighter multi-class.
Yeah.
You just put out stupid numbers, especially if you spend any amount of time in dark places or a dungeon. If you're in the Underdark or something, you're just on fire. Like nothing can stop you. Like I would argue that Gloomstalkers in certain games are more powerful than anybody else in the party based on stuff that they can do, because just invisibility to the things that live in the Underdark is so good.
It really is.
Anyway, Horizon Walker, I would say is niche, but in the niches that it fills, it is very good. Like if you're in Planescape, like one of my players is Horizon Walker, it's very good. But outside of that, like if you're not fighting a lot of outsiders, you're not doing a lot of portals, Horizon Walker is not going to be maybe as fun as you think it is.
I still think it's going to be really good and really effective. And then, in those niche situations, it's amazing.
Yeah. It's
Randall,
still a
do you remember
class.
your zombie campaign?
Yes.
Yeah, the Ranger and Horizon Walker. And he was really good.
Deadly awesome.
Yeah.
And there was no timey-wimey planey stuff. It was just zombies running around and still super effective.
Honestly, other than the third level detect portal feature, very little about the Horizon Walker cares about portals. Most of the rest is just teleporting and nonsense.
No, it's like the one time I played Horizon Walker, I had a lot of fun with the class, and there weren't a lot of portals, but it was still fun because you feel very maneuverable and you get extra damage. That's force damage, and not a lot of things resist. It's a fun class. Yeah. I just think that it really shines where you're fighting against outsiders a lot and maybe dealing with some portals. Hunter, another classic. I would say, like, if you're just doing PHP, go Hunter. It's much better than the Beastmaster. It's still not great. It's fine. I would say Gloomstalker kind of made Hunter irrelevant, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. Like, I don't know what you're going for that you would rather be a Hunter than a Gloomstalker.
Yeah.
But Hunter is functional. Like, Hunter is super functional.
I think if you're going Hunter, you're going for the flavor, which is fair. Like, Hunter has some interesting flavor, but it's not as good as Gloomstalker. It just isn't.
It's got a couple of really cool features. Like, there's some defensive features in here that Gloomstalkers can't really match. You're not dependent on darkness. But yeah, it's not as bluntly effective as Gloomstalker, but there's a lot to love here. Wizards, let's see. I haven't looked at the 2024 version, but the one D&D playtest, they tried really hard to figure out what to do with the Hunter Ranger, because the biggest problem they had is you have all of these extra decision points within the subclass, but at any given decision point, only one of the options is good. So the thing they tried is like, oh, well, we'll just lock everyone into those good options. Like, the problem is one tier, one is good for melee, one is good for range, and there's basically no character who can use both of those. It's like, you've made the subclass worse. So I haven't gotten that far.
I like I like Hunters in concept. Like, I like the fact that it is a customizable class. You have these extra decision points. I just wish that there were more viable options rather than just the one that's just the best, which it seems like is a running trend with a lot of things in 5th edition, where it's just like, oh, I have all these options. Realistically, only like 2 or 3 of them are viable. I'm looking at you, Warlock.
I wish they would have done the same thing as they did with the Totem Warrior Barbarian, where they added additional totems. Like, they only did it once, but still, like, the new ones were pretty cool, at least thematically. Like, they could have done that for Hunter, and I'm sad that they did.
Yeah, like, I think Hunter is more than any other subclass in Ranger. Needs to be the most Ranger. So if we're good, I think giving like totems to them, similar to the Totem Barbarian, that like you get different features based on which animal you pick, feels very thematic for Rangers. And I'm surprised they didn't do that. But I don't know, whatever. So Monster Slayer, just play Hunter. I don't know why you're playing Monster Slayer.
I'm actually not familiar with this.
It's fine.
It is aggressively fine. It is very functional. It's very simple to play. There are no decision points within the subclass. The spell list sucks.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so boring. It is so
it's
stupidly boring.
Okay. But if I had somebody who didn't want buttons, like, this is a good here.
Yes.
Play this. Okay.
Yeah, it's good for like your first Ranger ever. It's like your first character ever, and you want to play Ranger. Monster Slayer, it's the champion of Rangers. Like, nothing against Champion. Nothing against Champion. Champion is a fine class. It's even arguably pretty decent. It is boring as hell. So it's the same with Monster Slayer. A lot of your stuff is just passive stuff that you don't really have to think about.
Not when I double my crits.
Yeah. It's
okay, cool.
Yeah, I think the way Tyler described it as aggressively fine is kind of on the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last but not least, Swarm Keeper. I love the concept. I wish it was stronger, but I still love the concept. It's great.
It's good though.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's good. I just wish it was. I wish it was better, but I still like it.
Yeah, and maybe to level set, because like folks have heard us do this a bunch of times at this point. We all agree that the Player's Handbook Beastmaster was terrible.
Yeah.
Everything else is at least good.
Yeah.
Everything is good. A lot of these things are great.
Yeah.
So, you know, Tyler, you opened with this idea of like a lot of folks read the Beastmaster in the Player's Handbook. said Rangers suck and closed the book. And anytime somebody said, why don't you play a Ranger? Have you considered playing a Ranger? They're like, no, I looked at that once and it was terrible. I'm never going to put my eyes on that again, lest I have to claw them out. And what we're saying is actually everything else is good. You happen to read the worst thing in 5e ever.
That except for first.
For those of you who want a fun concept for a Swarmkeeper Ranger, play a sentient colony of insects inhabiting a body. Maybe make them a reborn, and your swarms are just your colony doing stuff.
I hate that so much. Oh my god,
it's great. I don't know what you're talking about. It's awesome.
Living hive. Oh, whoa.
Yeah, a living hive. Oh, make it even better if you're playing in the Tyler game. Make it a colony of spiders that has infested a dead body and is piloting around. And every so often, you just see spiders crawling in and around this guy's body.
Look, we're going to get into a situation where I'm going to X card right there, just X card. We're going to get into a situation where I'm going to see that and be like, oh, monster, disintegrate.
It's like the one thing that the paladin and the warlock both were like, no, absolutely not. No, killing that thing.
No, kill it. Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire. Actually, speaking of which, this is a bit of a digression, but my Pathfinder 1 game where I'm playing a witch, I have I don't know if they would be my half brother at this point, or maybe like great nephew, because so basically my dad was a druid who had powerful blood magic, and when he died, his blood awakened a colony of ants. So technically the colony of ants is related to me, and they've infested a suit of armor and called themselves Pharaoh, and they're actually a very nice person but who feel very protective of me as a witch, but very interesting. It's a very interesting relationship that I have with my half brother / half great nephew, because there's been several generations of ants at this point. So
have you ever caught them outside running in a circle and like had to rescue them?
No, but a villain did try to unawaken them, and I immediately killed that villain. I was like, you don't hurt my family, even though they are ants. How dare you?
It's like, even as a metaphor, that works.
Yeah.
Yes, correct, Quasit. The F is the proper response to what I just said. You're right.
All right. So
So what's everybody going?
Oh, we're gonna do that too. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
What's everybody going?
Yeah, I'm Beastmaster. It's gonna be fine.
Tell us what you get.
What beast? All right, so I'm waffling between a flying snake or no, I'm no longer waffling.
What features do you get? Explain to people who aren't familiar with Beastmaster what features you get. Yeah.
Okay, so I get at level 3 Ranger's Companion. I get to choose a beast that's no larger than medium, so I can't pick a horse, and that has a challenge rating of 1/4 or lower, so I can't pick something good. Add your proficiency bonus to its AC. I can pick a pony. That is the best riding option. So add my proficiency bonus to AC, attack rolls, damage rolls, any saving throws and skills it's proficient in, and its maximum hit points either whatever's in its stack block or 4 times my ranger level. So like you do buff it quite a bit, especially as your proficiency bonus improves. So I'm going to take a flying snake because it's one of the more lethal options. Among the other cool things that it has, it's got a fly speed of 60 feet. It has blind sight. It does 1 piercing damage, which isn't a lot, plus 3d4 poison damage. So it's like
which can be.
Yeah, 8 damage plus my proficiency bonus. Like, the stats on this thing are actually surprisingly good, and it's already got a base AC of 14. So, like, for CR 1/8, flying snakes are terrifying.
I'm imagining you basically just throwing the snake in people's faces. Like, that's the action. It's not actually a flying snake until you toss it.
That's true. It's not inaccurate. Okay, let's see. So like any creature can spend hit dice during a short rest to regain hit points, but notably it's got 1 hit die, so good luck. It obeys my commands as best it can. It takes its turn on my initiative. On my turn, I can verbally command it, no action required. I can command it to attack, dash, disengage, or help. If I don't issue a command, it dodges. When I have extra attack, I can make 1 weapon attack yourself when you command the beast to take the attack action, because I am hang on. Oh, sorry. I have to use my action to verbally command it. So I can tell it to go attack, but it's attacking instead of me. So I'm really glad I'm really glad I took the defense fighting style because I wasn't going to use archery or dueling anyway. Once I have extra attack, I do still get to make one attack, which is nice. Beast will act on its own if I'm incapacitated, so it'll focus on protecting me. While I'm traveling through a favored terrain with only the beast, which is going to happen so many times, can move stealthily at a normal pace. If it dies...
Couldn't you do that anyway?
Honest, no. Only when I was by myself. Now I get to bring my beast along.
Oh.
Yeah. If the beast dies, I've spent 8 hours bonding with another beast, which means I have to find another qualifying beast to bond with. And I can't do it.
You just carry a bag of snakes instead of a bag of rats?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Also, I can't do it during a long rest. So, like, if my beast dies, the next morning's like, all right, guys, I realize we just had a full rest. I'm gonna spend the next 8 hours making friends with this other snake. It's like, we've killed Danger Noodle 1. It's time for Danger Noodle 2.
Meanwhile,
okay.
let's talk. Let's move away from the Virgin Beastmaster and talk about the Chad Drake Wharton. And we're gonna talk about why everything I do is better than you.
That's fair. That's fair.
First thing I get Draconic Gift, which gives me Thaumaturgy as a cantrip, which is nice. It's fine. I also get to speak, read, and write Draconic, which I've read more Draconic in games than I have any other language, so that's arguably pretty useful. And then the big feature is I get a Drake Companion. How long did you say it took you to summon your pet? 8 hours?
I'm not summoning them.
I get to do it as
find
an
a beast and make friends
with you have to
it.
bond with them. Yeah, I can summon them as an action. In a space within 30 feet of me, which means I can also dismiss them if I want to, which, that's great. Yeah. I basically do have a Pokeball. It uses the Drake Companion stat block, which, oh man, it's good. It doesn't have a challenge rating, but it does level up. What is the AC of your snake?
14 plus my proficiency bonus. Keep in mind, most beasts will be like 10 or 11 plus proficiency bonus. Like flying snake is 18 dexterity, so it's decently sturdy. My Drake also has 14 plus my proficiency bonus. It also gets 5 hit points plus 5 times my ranger level in hit dice in hit points, and it gets hit dice D10s, might I add, equal to my ranger level. Okay. And how many hit points does that give it at this level?
At third level, let's see. Yeah, that would be I'm bad at math. So
it wasn't supposed to be a trick question.
Level is 15.
Nobody help.
20. There you 20 go. Hit points.
Mine's got 12.
And the disparity is only going to get worse, my friend, because it increases every level.
Okay, wait. Okay, so Danger Noodle and Drake, do they both get to make death saving throws when they hit 0 hit points?
No.
Yes.
My Drake just dies, but I can summon it back. Yeah, if it is, let me double check. It says the Drake remains until it's reduced to 0 hit points. So it just immediately despawns after 0 hit points, but I can just summon it back by using another spell slot because, again, Chad Drake Wharton over here.
I might need to say
you're making death saving throws trying to get mouth to mouth to your...
Yeah, it's like, please, don't die. You're the only thing that I need to qualify my investment.
I've been envenomated.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm over here. It's like, you killed my minion. Oh, darn it. I guess I'll just have to make another one.
Those spell slots are hard to come by, though.
Yeah, I'm not really using my spell slots for anything. But I also get to choose its Draconic Essence, either Acid, Cold, Fire, Lightning, or Poison when I summon it, which gives it immunity to that specific damage type, and it gets to use its Infused Strike, which is a great feature as a reaction when another creature within 30 feet of the Drake that it can see hits a target with a weapon attack. The Drake can use its reaction to infuse that strike with an extra damage, D6 of damage of the chosen type. So that's just great. Now I have utility. I'm helping my friends out as well as myself. Also better than Tyler's horrible, useless thing that takes one of his attacks to do, like a pathetic loser. I just need to give my pet a bonus action. It moves on and takes reactions on its own. No action required by me, but I can use my bonus action to make it do a thing, and that's it. And if I go under, it it can act of its own free volition, not just take the dodge action. So just all around so much better than whatever Tyler's got going on.
So you're saying that you get to take an action to attack and you can tell your Drake to attack?
I get all of my attacks, buddy, and it also gets to attack. So that's great.
But my snake has blind sight.
Brando,
wait a second. Okay, so I'm going to get Gloomstalker Magic, Dread Ambusher, and Umbral Sight. Gloomstalker Magic, I get spells at certain levels. I'm going to get one spell at this level. It doesn't count against my spells known. I'm going to get Disguise Self. Great. Am I super excited about this at this moment in time? Not exactly. It's fine. It's great. What I'm really here for, Dread Ambusher. At 3rd level, you master the art of the ambush. You can give yourself a bonus to your initiative rolls equal to your wisdom modifier. I'm going first. Start there. At the start of your first turn of each combat, your walking speed increases by 10, which lasts until the end of that turn. If you take the attack action on that turn, you make one additional weapon attack as part of that action. If that attack hits, the target takes an extra 1d8 damage of the weapon's damage type. That's great. I'm loving that. That's a lot of fun. Is it as good as extra attack? It is the first round of combat.
Yeah.
I also get Umbral Sight. At 3rd level, you gain Dark Vision out to a range of 60 feet. If you already have Dark Vision from your race, its range increases by 30 feet. Guess what? I'm going to take something where I already have Dark Vision. So I'm out to 90 feet.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm adept at evading creatures that rely on Dark Vision. So while in darkness, you are invisible to any creature that relies on Dark Vision to see you in that darkness.
So good.
So, you were going to hunt me in the dark? No, you.
That's what makes that's what makes Gloomstalkers so good, specifically in campaigns that deal with like the Underdark and stuff like that. If your DM says to you, "We're going to play Out of the Abyss," just play Gloomstalker.
Yeah, there's so many things that just can't counter that. So just like, oh, look, an enemy, Gloomstalker, go. But there's nothing they can do.
Don't actually take my advice. If your DM says they're running Out of the Abyss and you play Gloomstalker, prepare to never play with that DM ever again. Because they will hate you.
All right. Okay, let's take a very quick look at Primeval Awareness, because we are short on time for part 1 of this. All right, so Primeval Awareness.
I mean, the problem is we're doing two different builds, because there's also a replacement to this feature in Tasha's as well. So Primeval Awareness, go.
All right, Primeval Awareness. You can use your action and expend a spell slot to focus your awareness on the region around you. For 1 minute per level of the spell slot you expend, you can sense whether the following creature types are present within a mile of you, or within 6 miles in your favorite terrain. Aberrations, Celestials, Dragons, Elemental, Fae, Fiends, and Undead. So basically everything except humanoids, beasts, and constructs. The feature doesn't reveal their location or number. It literally just tells you if they're there.
That is terrible.
Useless.
Hey,
and it costs a spell slot.
I wonder if there's any fiends around me.
Yeah. Why?
So terrible. I don't know what they were thinking. No. I don't know what they were thinking.
Well, again, there was a version of the game they thought you were going to be playing, and they were wrong.
Yep,
that's it.
They were
100%
wrong.
Okay. Are we going to spend 5 more minutes burying it?
No. Okay. We're good. Let's move on.
Best case scenario, the best reading of this is it tells you yes or no per creature type. Like a pessimistic reading of this is go all of the creature types. If any of them are there, yes. Great. Thanks, DM. Anyway.
Okay. I wouldn't do that, DM. I would give you the list.
Thank
okay.
you.
Out of that list, these 3 are present.
All right. What does this get replaced by, Ash? Save us from this.
Primal Awareness. It's better. I wouldn't say it's life-changingly better like some of the other ones are. Basically, we get some free spells that we can cast once per day, depending on our level, which is always nice. So at 3rd level, which is this level, we get Speak with Animals. So we can cast Speak with Animals without expending a spell slot, and it doesn't count against our spells known. So that's good. Speak with Animals are arguably very useful, especially if your DM got inspired by Baldur's Gate and Speak with Animals just went up to God tier. So
yeah.
All right. Do you think we're going to remember at every level to come back to this list and tell people what we get? Or should we maybe just run through right quick and tell people?
Yeah,
let's just run through it. So at 5th level, we get Beast Sense. I don't think I've ever used that spell.
No,
ever.
it's useless. Are there animals?
It's free, so it's not really... Yeah, it's not really helping us. I mean, I guess if you're like, the way I can see this being used is if you're in a dungeon and you're like, man, how do we get out of here? Beast Sense. Are there any rats nearby? Okay, I'm going to cast Animals Friendship and my free Speak with Animals so that I can have the rat maybe go and get the key. That's a clever way to do that, but that's such a niche situation.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, I want to see what's happening inside the castle that I have under siege. Cast it on a rat, attached to catapult. Woo! Like, this has obvious utility.
That's not beast sense though. You just described animal friendship and speak with animals. Beast sense just tells you if there's a rat for you to take advantage of.
Okay, wait. You touch a willing beast for duration of spell, you can use your action to see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears, and continue to do so until you use your action to return to your normal senses.
I'm thinking of a different spell.
I didn't realize you could do that. Oh.
Okay, so it's a thing you can do with
Sense Beast.
Maybe, honestly. I think in other editions, Beast Sense is... Yeah. Okay, so you can put this on your animal.
That's better. I
could put it on my snake.
Or a random rat I put on a catapult.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that.
Yeah.
I could also cast this on my Drake Warden. Yeah, no, I just have never seen anybody cast this, but it's... Yeah, that I didn't know that it did that. That's pretty useful. 9th level, speak with plants.
Sorry.
It's good for the memes. Like Critical Role, I think, had Henry Crabgrass, which was one of the greatest characters Matt Mercer has ever invented. I'm not even exaggerating or making a joke. It was hilarious. Henry Crabgrass, I will die for. So it's good if you have a creative DM. It's not so good if you don't. Locate creature. That's the spell that I was thinking of. Locate creature is okay.
Even that is. It's for a specific creature, and like that can be that invalidates tracking as long as they're within 1,000 feet. I think
that's true, but you don't get this till 13th level. So
true.
Yeah, but yeah. So we get speak with animals, speak with plants at 9th level, locate creatures at 13th, and then commune with nature at 17th. Which I don't know why you're casting as a ranger because you have to wait till 17th level to use that. Just use the druid. The druid is going to be better at this.
Let's just go find a druid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's what we get.
All
right. 4th level, we're getting an ASI or a feat. I know what I'm doing.
Is it sharpshooter?
Close. That's later.
Okay. I think I'm going to take... All right. Can I take Fighting Initiate so that I can take Fighting Style Protection? Or are we saying only PHP for Tyler?
Yeah. No, that's
you can.
fine.
You can.
That's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Only PHP features for Tyler and the Ranger. That's it.
All right. So I'm going to take Fighting Style Protection so that I can protect my snake. Hopefully.
There you go.
It may be way too far away from me. It's got twice as much speed as I do. Who knows? Let's just do my best.
So sad. You have to protect your snake. My dragon is self-sufficient, which, by the way,
probably still
now has 25 HP as opposed to how many hit points do you have at this level?
16. It can still get one shot by a CR1 creature. Its AC is better. I'm so sad.
That's good.
If anyone ever asked Tyler who hurt you, it's whoever wrote the PHP Ranger or the PHP Beastmaster specifically. Yeah. They hurt me.
All right, Ash, what are you going for?
I think I'm just going to increase my dex. I'll do the fun stuff later.
I am taking Crossbow Expert.
Yeah, nice.
And I'm using a hand crossbow.
All right.
So mainly for when you use the attack action and attack with a one-handed weapon, like a hand crossbow, you can use a bonus action to attack with a hand crossbow that you are holding.
It's real good.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah. Turn 1, favored foe, crossbow expert, you're going to melt something.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Woo. All right, so that brings us to the end.
Ideally, I'm doing it from hiding.
Yeah. So that brings us to the end of tier 1. My turns are depressing. I spend my action saying, snake, go, and hope that it's within 60 feet of something to attack. Now, when it does attack, it's doing like 11, 12 damage when it hits, which is fine. It's got a better attack bonus than I do. I don't know how I feel about
that. That's nice. Well, that's a good reason to use it.
Yeah.
Okay, I just to juxtapose, like let's compare these. So what I'm going to do is, look, I see some combat ahead. So I'm going to sneak in. I think I'm not going to use Favorite Foe because I'm worried Favorite Foe would give up my position potentially, right?
No, it just happens.
Favorite Foe it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Would Hunter's Mark give up my position?
I think Hunter's Mark only has somatic components, if I remember correctly. So like impolite gesture.
Okay, the world's my oyster. Perfect. Okay. All right. But Favorite Foe, I hit, and then I decide, okay, you are now my favorite foe, right? Okay, great. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to be hiding. It's going to be dark, and I love that. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to attack with my hand crossbow, and then I'm going to attack again with my hand crossbow. And if I hit for either of those, then Favorite Foe, let's party. And then finally, no. Yeah. Okay, good. And then as a bonus action, I'm going to attack a third time with my hand crossbow.
Pretty good.
It's great.
Ash, what are you doing on a turn?
I'm staying back and shooting things with my longbow while my Drake messes people up in the front and possibly giving like my frontline fighter extra damage whenever he hits as a reaction.
Nice.
So yeah.
All right. I think we can
Which
all
I guess in this
agree.
case would be you, and you need the help, buddy. I'm sorry.
I sure do.
So clearly I'm the one that's carrying you in this team. Your snake died again? It's okay, buddy. You get to do another extra D6 of damage on all your attacks. Isn't that great?
I mean, it makes me feel a little better.
What if we came to an agreement with the DM that you could use your dead snake as a whip until you get a new snake?
just whip it around like a whip. Oh god, that's so sad and pathetic. And if I was the DM, I would be like, yes, your anguish sustains me. You can absolutely do that. Oh god.
So if you use the pointy end, we'll still give you the poison damage.
It's going to be an improvised weapon. Yum, 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 yum. Describe how you hit with this snake. Oh god, it's so good. Yummy.
Randall, you realize for a brief moment it's alive.
Save me from this, Randall.
Get us out of here.
Yeah.
All right, folks. That was tier 1 of our Ranger build. Make sure that you join us next time when we go tiers 2 through 4 for our Rangers. 2 of them will survive.
1 will be sad.
Gonna go lay down and feel bad.
You should feel bad. You make everyone at the table depressed.
Today, we are canceling the apocalypse.